So, you want to learn how to do butterfly pull-ups. I'm going to give you some progressions and some ways that you can get there. So, first of all, if you can't do strict pull-ups, go do them first, right? If you want to be able to do fake pull-ups, you need to be able to do the real ones first, okay? So, make sure you've got at least 5 strict pull-ups in the bag. Right, first drill is going to be shoulder circles. So what you're going to do is you're going to hang from the bar, keeping your feet together, making sure that you're essentially trying to create as small shoulder circles as possible. So I'll show you what that looks like first. So the goal of this movement is to essentially start what that butterfly is going to look like. This is actually a good warm-up tool as well, is that it gets your shoulders warm, gets your upper back warm, and it cues a lot of things like keeping your feet together. So whenever you're doing any of these movements, you want to make sure your feet are together and your toes are pointed towards the floor. So drill number 1 is just going to be shoulder circles. If at any point you feel like you're struggling with that movement, just spend more time doing it. Drill number 2, you're going to need a box, and ideally have the bar set at about forehead height. Starting with your feet underneath the box, you're simply just going to go through what a butterfly pull-up would look like. So again, the goal here is to try and make these reps as slow and as smooth as possible. At a point, if you feel like you're stuck, just pause and slow down, fix yourself, and then return through. The goal of these is to essentially make sure that your arms stay as long as they can, or as straight as they can for as long as they can. So when you're in this position here, you want your arms to stay straight, as long as they can, straight as they can for as long as you can, and keep moving through it. So that's drill number 2. Next drill is basically a carry on from that, where you're going to actually just have 1 foot on the box and 1 foot off of it. So, with this drill, again, we're just kind of going through the motions of basically what that kip and pull up is like. A couple of things you want to try and keep in mind. And one is making sure when your foot is in front of the bar, your head and chest is behind the bar, so you're in this hollow body position. 2, when you're in this position here, which is neutral, your head, chest and foot is all in line with the bar, that's neutral. And then 3 is when you're in that arch position. Head and chest is in front of the bar, foot's behind. And you basically just want to recreate all 3 of those positions and then start to link them a bit more smoothly. So that is drill number 3, I think. Final drill is the builder pull-up. So on a toaster bar video I made on Instagram a wee while back, it's the exact same concept, except this time it's just to do with the pull-ups. But essentially you're going to start with small shoulder circles, you're going to build that up into medium shoulder circles, and to eventually a pull-up. When you reach that pull-up, you're then going to stop. So the goal here is over the course of 4, 5 or 6 reps is to get from shoulder circle to pull up. Again, if you get to a point where you feel like the rep starts to break down, maybe just before the pull up, you can stop and then just return to that and just keep staying in that sort of position, right? So if you stop at, if you struggle to say get into the pull up part, you can just stop before it. So you can maybe do some shoulder circles, get to here and then just stop. The next drill is then basically piecing all of that together and trying to just do the butterfly pull-up, but without the target of trying to get your chin above the bar. So essentially, just like the toaster bar drill video, where you're maybe only getting your toes to here, if you're getting your chin maybe there in relation to the bar, that's absolutely fine. So those are kind of half rep pull-ups, half rep fake pull-ups. If you get to a point where you start to feel a little bit more comfortable, you just pull with a little bit more height, you just keep your feet in front of the bar a little bit longer, and then eventually you get to the top. So that's how to do the butterfly, or the sequences and the reps of how to get a butterfly pull-up. Wash.